Hi, I'm Bill Panoff of Porthole Cruise and Travel Magazine. Sail with me as I travel 3 breathtaking archipelagos of French Polynesia on the splendid Paul Gauguin. So come aboard and let's explore these beautiful islands together.
Quand ils viennent à quai comme ça, ceux-là, ils ont besoin d'un pilote ou... Oui, plutôt 40 mètres. D'accord.
Well, we're here on the bridge of the beautiful Paul Gauguin here in Papeete, getting ready to sail, and I'm here with the captain and the master of the vessel, Captain Patrick. Captain, how are you?
Very fine, thank you, Guillaume. We are very pleased to have you on board.
Bonjour.
Johanna, this is station, Johanna.
Johanna, okay. It's great to be here. So take this ship from the port and take it out to sea. I mean, there's a lot involved in the orchestration of moving a ship. Can you tell us then how you take the ship from Papeete out to sea and on its itinerary?
Yes, of course. There's several officers with me, the staff captain, safety officer on the bridge. We have an helmsman to steer physically the ship. And of course, we have the team forward and aft to let go the line. We are crossing the axe of the airplane field.
What is your favorite part about cruising in the Tahitian waters?
It's always amazing when you enter into a lagoon, atoll. Probably the highlight will be Bora Bora, regarding the color, the contrast, different blue color with the mountain, green.
Captain, one thing the ship offers that many ships do not have is a marina where a guest can actually come and go diving from the marina, and you have water sports. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a good asset for this vessel. I mean, you have all the stern of the vessel open like a pontoon, and we can set up the diving activity. We can have some Zodiac, we load at sea, and we can start the diving operation from there. We have kayaking, paddling, so it's like the beach, but start from the stern of the vessel, you know.
Captain, it's a pleasure to be invited on the bridge, and I'm very, very excited about the rest of the cruise experience all the ports with you at the helm. Thanks so much, and continued success with Paul Gauguin.
Yes, it's a pleasure to have you, and you are welcome to come in the bridge when you want.
Here we go, and the adventure begins. We will spend the next 2 weeks on board the Paul Gauguin, so let's have a look at what this magnificent, well-appointed ship has to offer. La Veranda Restaurant is just one of the dining experiences you will find on board. With floor-to-ceiling windows, they offer both indoor and al fresco seating. From its scrumptious yet casual buffet breakfast and lunch to its elegant reservation-only evening dining, La Veranda offers gourmet cuisine throughout the day. L'Etoile is the ultimate gourmet dining experience on board. With fine china, linens, and exquisite service, here you will experience world-class gourmet meals paired with carefully selected international wines. And to complete your dining experience, you can enjoy some world-renowned after-dinner spirits. As you walk around the ship, you will see the artwork of one of France's finest post-impressionist artists and the ship's namesake, Paul Gauguin. Gauguin lived in French Polynesia for 10 years until his death at the age of 53. He died in Atrona Hiva Oa on the Marquesas Islands of French Polynesia. You step into the lap of luxury when you enter the owner's suite on board the Paul Gauguin. A bedroom separate from a sitting room, bathroom, and a veranda that runs the length of the suite are all there for you so that you can sit back and relax during your cruise. The owner suite caters to all your needs with its very attentive butler service. You'll enjoy a room with a view with the balcony stateroom, a comfortable bed, love seat seating area, and a bath with a shower that allows you to unwind and relax at the end of each day. The Deep Nature Spa by Algotherm will pamper you with services tailored just for you. From skincare therapies and nail services to a wide range of massage offerings, Deep Nature Spa has everything you need to have the ultimate relaxing vacation. And at the Ship's Fitness Center, you can burn some calories. With plenty of champagne to go around, the captain's welcome cocktail party is a chance to rub elbows with the officers and other crew members on board the Paul Gauguin that will make you feel right at home. And don't forget to take some great photos.
I wish I could introduce to you tonight the 214 crew members coming from 9 different nationalities working at your service.
Getting to know the crew from so many different countries is a wonderful part of the Paul Gauguin experience. What a magnificent first day. I can't wait to see what tomorrow brings. Today's adventure brings us to Fakarava, and arriving by tender to this atoll that is part of the Tuamajas Islands in French Polynesia, you are captivated by the beauty of its lagoon. This is the largest chain of atolls in the world and is part of UNESCO's Biosphere Reserve. One of the best and most fun ways to see this atoll is by bicycle. This gives you time to stop and take in all the beauty of Fakarava. Stop in and see some of its beautiful and bright coral churches, scenic beaches, all while riding along its quiet palm-lined roads. Stop along the way to have a refreshing cocktail or sit back and relax over the turquoise-colored waters. As you continue on the ride around Fakarava, don't miss the Topaka Lighthouse, a stone structure much like a pyramid that sits on the beach and stands 45 feet or 14 meters high. After a beautiful day on Fakarava, you come back on board and the excitement continues on the pool deck with entertainment by the Gauguin musicians singing traditional Polynesian music. And it's the end of another spectacular day here in French Polynesia. But first, a special dinner is served tonight al fresco at Le Grill Restaurant poolside. We arrived today in Fatuhiva, the southernmost island of the Marquesas Islands. This is the most isolated of all the inhabited islands of French Polynesia. But before we begin our journey today, let's fuel up on some delicious food at Le Grill Restaurant's buffet breakfast. The mountains of Fatuhiva tower over us as our tender approaches the island. The music of local musicians can be heard off in the distance, and when we arrive, they greet us along with locals of all ages. You will find stone statues throughout the Marquesas Islands, some dating as far back as the 11th century. As we arrive to the Fatuhiva Cultural Center, we are greeted once again by local musicians singing traditional music of their island. Local artists sell their works of art from wood carvings that look like a stone statue of the Marquesas Islands to paintings on hand-pounded paper. Many of the artists let you watch them as they create their works of art. Walk to the beautiful Fatulava Oma Catholic Church next to the Cultural Center. The scenic tour to Hanavava village offers some of the most spectacular views from high above the island. Dirt roads lined with lush green vegetation guide you to the top of the island, where you can see the beautiful blue-green rainforests and secluded beaches. you truly get the feeling of being on the most isolated island of French Polynesia. As we sail away from Fatu Hiva, everywhere I look is a photo opportunity. Seeing the rainforest and the mountains that we drove and walked through from a distance gives you another perspective of their beauty. The feeling of gratitude overwhelms you for having the chance to visit a place so beautiful as Fatu Hiva. The Mahava Polynesian Show takes place in the Grand Salon. Dancers in an assortment of costumes perform dances from different regions of Polynesia. The energy of the performance is contagious. As we pull into Atorna Bay on the south side of the beautiful island of Hiva Oa, once again you see the dense rainforest so prevalent throughout French Polynesia, covering the mountains. Mountaintops surrounded by fluffy white clouds give you a postcard view, and when we step off the tender, we are warmly greeted. The tour to Tahoha takes us up the mountain, revealing majestic views of the Atorna Bay, its beaches, and our ship, the Paul Gauguin. Driving further up the mountain on the quiet roads lined with lush trees, we arrive at the Tahoha Valley archaeological ruins. The Tahoha archaeological ruins are the largest ruins in all of Polynesia. They are spread out over several hectares and have many different levels with sacrificial altars, ancient houses, and tikis. You can walk the ruins and see how the ancient Marquesians lived. A 300-year-old banyan tree hugs Mother Earth with all her arms. Walking through the rainforest, we come across one of the ancient stone statues found throughout Polynesia. Stop and take in the beauty of the sacred Tiki Black Beach, which is covered in smooth black stones of all shapes and sizes. A beautiful stone church greets you upon arriving at Atorna Cultural Center. Here you can find artworks and handcrafts from local artisans, fruits raised by local farmers, and food made by Hiva Oa native residents. This is where you can find authentic Hiva Oa souvenirs and gifts for friends and family back home. As mentioned before, French Impressionist artist Paul Gauguin spent the last 10 years of his life in French Polynesia. To honor him, a museum and reconstruction of his home were built. You will find on display in the museum and in his home a large number of mementos and other items from his life in the place he called paradise. As you walk through the museum, you will see the influence of Polynesia in the copies on display of his original artwork. Belgian singer and actor Jacques Brel spent the last 6 years of his life in Hiva with his then girlfriend Madeleine Bamy and his plane named Jojo. Today you can see Jojo on display at the Jacques Brel Museum here in Hiva. Both Paul Gauguin and Jacques Brel are buried in a quaint cemetery here in Hiva. A grave site made of natural stones was used to remember Paul Gauguin, and a gravestone with images of Brel and Bamy were used to remember Jacques Brel. You will see visitors frequently leaving small mementos on each of their graves. As we head on back to join our ship, we get to see the view of the Paul Gauguin once again from above. Entering Le Piano Bar, you are greeted with live piano music and friendly, accommodating staff.
That's what you are.
A great place to have a drink before a show, or meet up with friends to start your evening with a cocktail. Live island-style music, great cocktails, indoor-outdoor seating, amazing service, and a breezy evening. What more could you ask for? La Palette Bar makes having a drink an experience all on its own. The magnificence of Hiba Oa is impossible to beat, but let's see what Taiwata Island brings us tomorrow. Good night, everyone. We are arriving today in the Tahota Islands. That is the smallest of the inhabited islands of the Marquesas Islands. The ship's tender will take us across Haptoni Bay, a very wide bay, and drops us at the Haptoni village, where we will be welcomed by villagers. The views driving from Haptoni village to Vaiotu village are breathtaking. Palm-lined roads take you along the beaches and through the mountain rainforests. People live a simple life on the island, and just like everyone else in the world, the kids love football. You can almost touch the hibiscus as you drive along the quiet dirt roads. The Vaiotu village is a beautiful, quaint, and peaceful place with a church at its center. Religion is an important part of the villagers' lives throughout French Polynesia. The drive back once again takes you along the mountain edge overlooking the beautiful water vistas. You know, shopping is a big part of your cruise vacation, especially in Tahiti, where you can buy all locally made products that remind you of this lovely cruise vacation. And I am here in La Boutique on board the Paul Gauguin with the boutique manager, Esther. Esther, how are you?
I'm very good. I'm glad to be here talking with you now.
It's great to be here, and it's great to be in this boutique. You know, I've been on many different cruise lines, and I must say this boutique really has a collection of authentic items from the region.
Yes, that's true. Exactly. Tahitian pearl and all the Marquesian, you know, art and craft are coming from here, this particular really beautiful region.
So when people walk into this boutique, they feel as if they're really in Tahiti. city in French Polynesia.
Yes, that's exactly, because we want them to come here in our places and then take it with them at home, our beautiful souvenir from their, vacation here in French Polynesia.
Now, one item that is really sought after all the time are the pearls. Tell us about the pearls, especially that beautiful necklace you're wearing.
Oh, we are, actually very proud to have this, unique, exclusive collection here on board, selected by the Paul Gauguin 10 years ago. And then our, passenger, our customer are very happy since then until today, because this is something unique that the guests won't see the same, ashore as well. That's why we are proud of this pearl collection here on board.
Now, it's not only pearls for women, but you also have a collection for men as well. As a matter of fact,
Exactly.
you gave me this beautiful bracelet to wear that has beautiful pearls in it as well.
That's right. And then also for men, they love to have those special carvings, like on the tattoo, Polynesian with all the tattoo design, the same as what they do on the pearl as well.
It's really a wonderful collection.
Yes.
I mean, from wood carvings, to T-shirts and logo items. I mean, it's really well done. It's really a family on board. I mean, every crew member that I've met, including yourself, obviously, everyone is so happy to be here.
Oh, yes. For us, Tahitian, because we are home, and then, working here on the ship and being at home at the same time, there's nothing we can complain about it. And the passenger as well, they come on vacation, they're always happy. How can you not be happy?
Well, Esther, it's a pleasure speaking to you, and I can't wait to walk around the shop and take a look at all the wonderful local Tahitian merchandise that you carry here on the Paul Gauguin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, for that, I let you enjoy then.
Thank you. Happy shopping. Here we go.
Thank you.
On board the Paul Gauguin, the pace of the cruise is really set by the onboard activities and the entertainment. And the person in charge of organizing it all is the cruise director. And I'm here with her now. Gail, how are you?
Very good. How about you?
It's great to be on board the Paul Gauguin. And I must say the entertainment on here is very different than entertainment I've seen on any other cruise ship. It's very authentic.
Absolutely. The focus here is the transmission of the Polynesian culture. So all the entertainment and all the shows are based on this.
And I understand in some of the ports you actually bring on local entertainment on board, they perform, and then they leave before the ship sails.
Exactly. It's been 25 years now that the Paul Gauguin is in French Polynesia, so we try to involve as much as we can the local, and that's why we always call as many times as we can. We try to put them on board.
Well, you can feel the friendliness and the excitement and the compassion of the entertainment that you have put together. Kudos, really.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. This is a unique concept we have actually here on board the Paul Gauguin, and what people will remember is the culture.
Now you have entertainment up on deck, obviously. You have local entertainment there. And you have a piano bar with an amazing pianist here named Jerry. You have shows in the main lounge as well. There's so much going on.
Yeah. We want people not to get bored, so we try to have also to propose some variety.
And even the ports that you visit, I feel that the locals really welcome the Paul Gauguin. It's really one of theirs, if you would.
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine that it's been 25 years that we are part of the landscape?
Wow.
So for them, Paul Gauguin is, we are their friend. We are part of the family of French Polynesia.
Well, Gail, it's a pleasure interviewing you, and we're very excited, and congratulations on a job well done. You really have brought authenticity in terms of the entertainment and activities to the Paul Gauguin.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
This cruise, we're going to be visiting some of the most beautiful ports all throughout French Polynesia. But to see them properly up close and to see them in the most efficient way, we strongly recommend that you book a tour on board the Paul Gauguin. And we are here with our good friend, the travel and concierge manager, Herite. How are you?
Very good, thank you, Vilja.
It's a pleasure to chat with you. What does your job involve? How do you become a travel concierge manager?
So I've been working on the board since 8 years now. My department takes care of excursions and the concierge part also. If you have some requests doing something outside, we are like link between the ship and the islands during the cruise.
Now, not only are you a travel manager, but you actually grew up in this region. You're from Moorea, is that right?
Yes, that's true. I live in Moorea and I was born in Papeete, in Tahiti.
What is your favorite shore excursion or tour that you would suggest for guests on the Paul Gauguin?
Difficult to choose. There is a lot of excursion that is really great, is really nice. It depends also of what the guest is looking for. And we can try to find the excursion that they really want to do, the dream tour.
I can't wait to visit some of the remaining ports and to participate in some of the shore excursions offered by Paul Gauguin through the travel concierge department and yourself.
Thank you, Bill. Marururua.
We are arriving in Rangiroa, part of the Tumitis, the largest atoll in all of Tahiti and the second largest atoll in the world. We are heading out to do some snorkeling. We have the opportunity on this tour to see magnificent, colorful corals, many different types of tropical fish, and of course, everyone's favorite, the dolphins. The tour was a delight to the eyes. Throughout the cruise, the chef on board goes ashore to buy fresh seafood so he and his team can create the most delicious and freshest meals. They are also buying fresh fruit as often as possible.
Alrighty, well, good afternoon everybody, and welcome to our moonfish demonstration today.
So every cruise, I understand you do a demonstration like this with a fish of this size or maybe even larger.
Yes, that's correct. At the beginning of every cruise, to get everybody excited about fresh fish and fresh food here in French Polynesia, we like to do this moonfish demo. It introduces everybody to the fresh fish of the region, and not only that, we can talk about sustainability as well, because that's a very important thing nowadays. Then we'll come across the top here and use the tip of the knife just to guide down along the bones. Then we take and remove the fillet here. Okay.
This is what they call a moonfish. And I understand from what you're telling me, this is a small one.
It is. It's actually about 31 kilo. On the average, we usually get about 80 to 100 kilo fish on board at the time, so this is a little bit on the small side. Super fresh, straight out of the water, straight to the ship here, and looking forward to serving it tonight for dinner.
And unlike many of the other cruise lines, you actually bring the fish on fresh.
We do,
Nothing's
yes.
frozen. I mean, this is all fresh.
Yeah, no, the moonfish that we have here on board the ship, yellowfin tuna, the mahi-mahi, the wahoo, the papio, 100% fresh for the entire cruise.
Executive Chef Paul Ellis, what a pleasure, and I can't wait to experience this tonight and many other dishes later in the cruise. Arriving in Bora Bora, one of the most famous islands in all of French Polynesia, and you can see why. It is breathtaking. For many, water sports are a big part of the cruise vacation, and the Paul Gauguin has a dedicated marina which we're standing on, and we're next to the dive instructor, Hélène. Hélène, bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va?
Ça va, it's so nice to be here. Tell us about the dive program and what one can expect to see when they go diving.
The dive program for certified, you can do 2 dives on the morning, 1 on the afternoon. We also have Discover Scuba Diving and Refresher course.
And what could one see when they go diving?
So it's obviously French Polynesia, so we have a lot to see. You can see School of Eagle Ray, was like 50 of them, school passing by you. That's really nice.
And you transport people in a Zodiac, is that right?
Yes, on the Zodiac. We have 2 Zodiac.
And people love to dive, but more importantly, they love to dive in the waters of French Polynesia.
Yes, because it's amazing. You can see some stuff you never see somewhere else. Like the dolphin of Rangiroa, that's something you never forget.
Helen, it's a pleasure, and what an opportunity for people who've never been diving before to experience diving in French Polynesia, and especially on a dedicated marina here with the Paul Gauguin.
Yes, of course. They are really lucky because we can even go to some place that the dive center cannot go.
Awesome. We'll see you in the water.
Yes, of course.
As we approach Motu Mahana, you can see why this is the perfect place to enjoy the perfect day. This is an exclusive private island for the Paul Gauguin. Here you can enjoy a day at the beach, have some fruity cocktails, or be a bit more adventurous and spend the day snorkeling and kayaking. And the staff of the Paul Gauguin won't let you go hungry. A barbecue fit for a king is prepared and served to everyone. You start to hear the beautiful music by the Gauguin musicians as you approach the island. Sadly, the cruise on the Paul Gauguin is coming to a close. And what an amazing cruise it was. And I can't think of a better way to end it than on this beautiful island, Motu Mahana. Until next time, I'm Bill Panoff, and happy voyages.